Resolve gives you insane control over your colors, but if you don't know how log works, then you're probably doing more harm than good. Hey, I'm Andrew, and I've helped hundreds of creators clean up their log footage without needing a colorist. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to do that step by step. Real quick before we jump in, I want to make sure that you understand what log footage is. Log footage is not the same thing as a codec or your resolution or anything else. It's a color space. So it's going to interpret the colors and the exposure differently than if you're using just a standard picture profile on your camera. The key here is it's going to look a lot more flat and not really a good image, but it's going to give you more color information and exposure information, giving you a better dynamic range in your file than what you'd get typically. It's not adding any dynamic range or color to the camera itself. It's just getting a better rendition of the color space and the exposure from your sensor instead of compressing it into the file and just breaking it down into the different, color space like Rec. 709. One thing to note is this is not the same as RAW or shooting RAW photos. If you've ever shot a RAW photo on your camera and you've been able to change the white balance and the exposure and things like that, this is not the same thing. This is a step closer to that, but it's not going to give you the raw capabilities of raw video or raw photos. So just keep that in mind. You can go only so far with log color profiles. So now we know what log is and why we want to use it. Let's jump over and see exactly how we can use it in DaVinci Resolve. All right, the first thing you want to do is make sure that your project settings are set up correctly. And what we're going to do is go down here to the bottom right corner with this little cogwheel and click Project Settings, open it up. And then over on the left side, you want to come to color management. And the key thing here is you don't want to get overwhelmed with all the settings. There's a bunch of different settings in here that you can adjust to work in different color spaces. For the timeline color space, this is where you're going to want to select the output and the color space you're working in. So I work in Rec. 709-A because I'm on an Apple computer and I'm going to output to Rec. 709. There's a lot of different presets in here. You could work in log presets. You can go up to the top and work in ACES. You could work in DaVinci Wide Gamut. There's a lot of different things you can do in the timeline color space. But I leave it the Rec. 709A because that's where I'm going to end up outputting, and I just leave the output color space to the same. Okay, so now that we have our color space set up for our project, we can go ahead and get out of the project settings and make sure you drop your clip down on the timeline. Obviously, you want that there before you go over the color tab. And then let's jump over to the color tab. All right, to start off with, there are a few things that you don't want to do with log footage, and that is to kind of add contrast and everything else just straight to the log footage. So here we have my log clip, and you don't want to just come in here on this node and start adding contrast and trying to boost this, and then we need more saturation, let's just go over this. The reason you don't want to do those color grading or color correcting adjustments to log footage that way is because you can start to lose detail in the highlights, dynamic range, the shadows, color, all these things. You might push them into wrong directions and it won't actually convert to the color space that you need it to convert to, which we already talked about was Rec. 709. You don't want to just eyeball things. You want to use the correct steps. Okay, so what is the correct workflow for color grading log footage? I think there's just 3 simple steps to do this, and you can see on the screen here I've put 3 nodes out here in the node tree. The key here is that you're not making all the adjustments after you convert your log footage to Rec. 709. You're actually going to do your corrections before that. And if you don't understand this, then you're going to basically remove the whole point of shooting log. If you convert to Rec. 709 first, then everything you do after that, you might as well just shot in Rec. 709 or standard picture profile on your camera because all the adjustments will be the same. Node 1 is the corrections. Then the second node will be your transform color space. So this is where you're going to transform your color space to Rec. 709, and then you'll do your grade or your look after that. So that's where you want to do the fine tune tweaks and just kind of the look that you want to make it stylized. That's where you do that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and delete the nodes. I'm going to pull in a preset that I have set up, and this is what I use on my videos every single time. What I'm going to show you here is I'm going to turn all these off so that you can see individually what I'm doing with the log footage. So now we're back to log. This is where it started with. The first node is the corrections. You can do as many nodes as you want as far as corrections, but I just have my nodes pretty simple and put together. So I do the primary balance and the hue versus curve here. So I adjust the color temperature on this node. I make it a little bit more cool, and I'm doing that specifically because I know how my LUT works later for the color grade. Then I also do a couple things with the saturation or the hue over here and boost some of the yellows and oranges to change the hue a little bit, so it just adds a little bit more yellow. The second node is where I add the color space transform. So if you don't know where that is in the library, it's just you go to effects, and it's the color space transform. You just drag that onto the node. And in here, I'll go ahead and reset this to where it was. In here, I have it set up to change from my log to the Rec. 709. So I shoot on a Canon R5, and that's the Canon Log 3. So we have the Canon Cinema Gamut here. It depends on what you're shooting on. If you're on Blackmagic or if you're on Sony, you're going to come down to the Sony S-Log Cinema Gamut 3. And then in the input gamma, I have Canon Log 3. That's what I'm filming in. But you might be on a Sony or something, and that would be S-Log 3 most likely. So you can select the right color space in input gamma. And then we already set the output to the Rec. 709-A, so I don't need to worry about the output color space or the output gamma because I'm just using the timeline, which we already set at the beginning of this video. So the next thing you would do is maybe change the adaptation based off of your exposure. And right here, when it's reset to where it's default at 9, it's actually pretty good. If I look at the scopes over here, you can see that it looks pretty good for what I'm going to be using. Now that we've done this, this is a conversion. So you can see before, here's the log profile, and it's converted with the color space transform. And so this LUT right here, it brings a little bit of the teal into the shadows and a lot of that orange and kind of greenish glow into the highlights and skin tones. The cool thing about this LUT is that it's mimicking the Oppenheimer look. If you want to download this LUT or this entire preset where it has all these nodes, you can do that in the description down below. I have it linked there. It's a couple bucks just to download the LUT. I spent a lot of time and effort into it and creating it to have the finishing look that you want. So if that's something you might like, go to the description, click that link, and you can download it over there on my website. And then the next node I do is blur and sharpen. So basically I'm adding sharpness to it. I have a little bit of vignette. I add a little glow. It's just to add some bloom to the highlights. So it's not adding a ton of glow everywhere, but you can see it just adds a little bloom to the skin tones and some of the lights and things like that. Then I'm going to add a little bit of film grain, not very much, but just a little bit. And then I have final adjustments on the last node, which bring down a little bit of that orange saturation on my skin and some more contrast. So we're going to go from our log profile here, and you're going to see the finished product is right here. That's what that looks like before and then after. All right, hopefully you know now how to use log footage and why it's beneficial to shoot in log footage and then color grade in post. It can seem a little overwhelming, but I promise if you dive into it and learn the process and go through that and just do the first node as the corrections, the second one is where you can, transform the color space to Rec. 709, and then the third one you can make your grade, color grade, and different, stylistic choices on there. If you go through and do those three, you're going to really like the way your footage looks more than just what it does in camera with the standard profile. Again, if you want that LUT or even the preset for Resolve for the color grading I just showed you, click the link in the description, as well as if you want to know how to edit a video from start all the way through to finish, click this video right here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.